Connecting to the Soul, a working desk meditation. Welcome, from a fellow traveler. Please open your meditation journal and write the keywords for today's meditation at the top of a new page. Connecting to the Soul. Please begin by drawing an empty circle, your point of focus on the top half of your notebook page. Trace over it with your finger a few times as you enter into the pure realm of potential that exists within the empty circle. Because the soul vibrates at a higher frequency, we often imagine it as a ball of light above the head. But is that really accurate? Where is the soul? Is it inside or outside of us? Above or below? Aren't we also taught that it exists in a realm beyond space and time altogether? The soul is not a place. It is consciousness itself, that living awareness which arises in between spirit and matter. It is the bridge, the mediator, the living link. Perhaps it would be helpful to try to embrace this concept on a less personal level. There are individual souls, yes, but there are also group souls. We tend to focus on our own soul as though it were a possession. But what if, instead, we try to sense the soul of humanity? Theosophical writings remind us that humanity itself is a great group soul, an evolving life within the greater life of Earth. And within this vast being, we are cells in a body, sparks in a fire. Our own individual soul is inseparable from this larger soul. And, as spiritual students, we learn to shift from identification with the individual soul to identification with the soul of the group. This transition marks a new stage of evolution. So, let us imagine, what is the soul of humanity? What qualities define it? And what might it yet become? Perhaps, within the soul of humanity, we can sense the presence of the elders, the masters of wisdom, those who embody the best within us. They serve as the archetype, the guiding pattern of what the human soul longs to achieve. Often, when we think of soul, we still picture a human figure, just as in earlier stages we imagined God in the image of man. But such images veil the deeper truth. Man is said to be made in the image of God, not in form, but in consciousness. Through planes of awareness, through rays of energy, through centers of reception, we mirror, in small measure, the vast consciousness of the One. We are part of a great, moving, living, creating force. The soul is not a ball of light hovering above our heads. It is the force of pure love flowing through our being, physical, emotional, and mental. It is within, around, above, below, everywhere present, everywhere vital. When we reach for the soul, perhaps we are reaching for the force of love itself. We seek the beloved, just as Rumi did. We seek the great magnetic heart of the universe, what the Agni Yoga teachings call the cosmic magnet. So, think of soul not as form, but as force. Not as a thing, but as a current of living love. And when you reach out, not only to your own soul, but to the soul of humanity, to the masters, to the heart of the world itself, try not to imagine forms. Try to visualize force, the radiant force of love, linking heart to heart, soul to soul, life to life. Take a moment now. Sit quietly. Breathe slowly and steadily. Imagine the soul of humanity as a great field of golden light, pulsing with the rhythm of love. See yourself as part of that field, a point of light in a vast constellation. Feel the force of love flowing through you, uplifting, expanding, connecting you with all who serve the common good. This is the path of the soul. This is the bridge to the future. Please take the time to record any thoughts or impressions that have come to you underneath the circle you drew in your journal at the start of this meditation. This is my symbolic representation of today's meditation. I use the inner circle to represent the soul's force of love surrounding the third eye and heart centers. Your symbolic representation may look very different. Even though it is sometimes hard to represent concepts like the soul in symbols, it is a very useful practice. We are actually looking for the deeper meaning of a subject when we try to represent it symbolically. When you are finished meditating, please trace your finger over your symbols in the outer circle to close today's meditation. Thank you for your presence in meditation today. May the love of the soul guide every step along your journey.